Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking. So, we know who I am, right? I don't know who all of you are. Somebody's out there, though. Give me a little pokey poke. Perhaps they took my advice last time and used either my name or the sigil. Get up to some shenanigans. It's cool. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't want it. So we're good. But everybody else. I wanted to talk to you today about central core issue of my channel, Walking in Shadows, the channel. Hope you know it by now. If you're new, welcome. Hi. I'm Jason. I'm a much realer Jason than has been in a minute. Jason of old returned. Or did he go anywhere? He was hidden in the shadow. Pun intended. So, in many of my videos, I speak about being who you are. There's a kind of a vibe right now of, I told a friend of mine, it was the anti-epiphany. Everybody's coming full circle now. Good. I know I am. The sword's not here yet. It's still in transit. I have the best luck with the mail. But, you know, if that's what the seller uses, that's what I got to do. But, if you don't know about it, I have a sword that I had about a decade ago, and I had it for at least a decade before that. And it was my primary weapon. It's probably about a 3 to 4 foot replica of a like Toledo rapier. And I fused my astral sword into it, which effectively made it work in this reality. Well, it's gonna again. That's why I had to scour to find an exact copy. It's the happiness of a replica sword. There are replicas. But it's still in transit, and when it does arrive, I will be happy to share it and talk all about it. But just because it didn't come, I didn't want to be like, well, I'm not making a video till I make a sword, have a sword. That's dumb. Plus, you know, there's all this new interest. Yeah. New interest. But I welcome you, all of you. I am Jason, this is Walking in Shadow, and be who you are. Be who you are is really the core of my message and mission. The difference is, outside of the purely love and light community, if you're not love and light, but that's who you really are, mission accomplished. It's okay. It's not a sweeping statement about who you are as a person. I don't know you. You do, though. And that's what we want to get to. I'm hoping a lot of people are ahead of the curve here because of whatever energy is occurring. That, at least with me, it's brought me back all the way. So I sort of mentioned before in the other video that, you know, I had to go through a bunch of stuff to get where I was. Anyway. But I would have never, but now I do understand because of one of the commenters who is also a very old friend of mine, and I appreciate her insight on it about, you know, you had to go through the stuff to get there. It's true, because I wasn't ready before. I didn't have the wisdom and the experience and the scars to really handle that level of power, but I feel confident I can happily do so now. Looking forward to it. I made a post personally, if you know me personally, seemed a little cryptic, but it wasn't. To whoever I was talking to, it wasn't. But it's fine. I've had many arrival, be they human or not, and I'm still here today. Because, well, it's true that I'm probably more forthcoming and open than you would expect from somebody who talks about shadows all the time. Why hide it? I want you to know. Does that mean you know everything? Of course not. Of course not. Even people who know everything don't know everything. Yeah. If you're a new subscriber or watcher, however, I don't want to put you off just because of some interloper. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. I just want to make sure they are aware that I'm aware, and it's cool. We're good. All right, enough cryptic crap. So, I don't want to say before the shadows, but before the shadows. There was another thing about me that is just as deep, and that's storms. Oh, they make me just feel giddy. The worse, the better. Well, we had some today, didn't we? What a lovely, lovely day. I remember when I was a little kid, because I do remember that far back, like nobody taught me to read, as far as I know. I mean, I just could read. My sisters used to carry me around like a little Stewie, about 3 or 4, on the beach in Delaware, Rehoboth Beach. And they'd carry me around and have me read the paper for people. But I also remember everything that happened. Really bad things happened. It's okay, I remember. But really good things happened too that I remember. Like that I still to this day don't know whether I'm sensing when the wind's going to blow or if I'm making it blow. I understand how weather works. It's okay. But I remember being a little kid and just being like, I'm the prince of the wind. And if the wind would blow. It actually helped me hiking a lot when I used to do that, because I would just be hot, sweaty as hell, and just bring on the breeze at the most apt time. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm sure I mentioned it before. I don't really remember. But my natural, I guess, psychic talent, like inborn, that was already developed, is psychometry, where I can touch objects and sometimes people and get things about them. And it all works together. I guess that's what the years in between have taught me, is how, like, there could be this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing. And they're all over the place and disjointed. But if you turn them a certain way, perfect alignment, just as it's supposed to be. So, yeah. The thing is it used to work a lot better for me in person, because I could use that and my other talents, per se, and really help somebody get to the bottom of who they were. But, you know, the mass media message loses some of the oomph. So, you know, we just do what we can, you know. I can't talk to you, like, I don't know who you are specifically. I feel like you're probably getting like a little tingly, not a tingly, what is it? But you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's almost like I don't even have to say the words, but it's just that as time passes, or I should say, our collective interpretation of time passes, it becomes more and more and more and more vital to everyone, and most especially to you, that you do it and you be it. You are your only obstacle. If you let other people's opinions or thoughts or feelings affect you, then you're really just seeing the reflection of your own fear in them. Because in my element, you know, I'm a force to be reckoned with. There's no doubt. Does that make me mean or evil? No. Anybody who knows me personally knows that's not the case. But it doesn't make it any less true. What is my element? That's another one of those things I can't tell you. But I'll make sure to line it up. It's just exciting, you know? I don't know. I like to think about, like, with the channel, that there are people like me that are warriors, you know? And especially for an older cat like myself, the premise of a rival, or dare I even say nemesis, is not scary at all. It's quite exhilarating. I know what I can do. You probably don't. And if you do, we're on a whole nother level. It's beautiful. There's also some talk about the false light ascension matrix. I mean, that's really what we've been talking about. But when you throw big fat terms like that at people, they tend to just sort of shut it out. Like, well, whatever that is, that's not me. Mine is real. Okay, maybe it is. But it's only real if it's real to you. You are the projector interpreting the energy that's passing through you. So you don't want a faulty projector or a dirty lens or old film. You want to present as you are. As I said last time, nobody's guaranteed the old Hallmark, old resting man or woman in the bed with all the family around and just the pleasant passing and everybody feels a wind in the room. I mean, I'm sure that happens and that's wonderful, but, the world's sort of crazy. And if you're waiting around thinking you got all that time to do all the stuff, you are projecting, but not in the way you should. You're projecting yourself into not even the future, because the future hadn't actually occurred. You're projecting yourself into a concept of the future that you're creating in your mind. And let's say if you're really focused on that thing in the future, where are you at right now? You're there, which doesn't exist. You need to be here, which does exist. And if you're consistent and continually do the things you want to do and are authentic and genuine and true to yourself, then that future will come, and it will be. But it'll be because of dedication and commitment that you put in, not because of a hopeful thought. There's a wonderful thing that I learned about. Not everybody's going to like it, but again, it's the beauty of my channel, You don't have to even watch the videos. But if you're going to watch them, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. Now, one excellent way to look at worry is negative fantasy. That's what it is. You're fantasizing about negative things that may or may not happen. Oh, I went out. That's why I love American spirits, Regular cigarettes just burn up because they're doused in butane. But, American spirits are expensive, but they're also just tobacco, and they just go out if you don't smoke them. They don't burn up, so you buy more. Excuse me, I didn't mean to. See, I told you the tangents are not as often because, I'm not trying to. That's what the tangents were before, and I know it seems like I'm doing one again, but I do want to explain myself. That what the tangents were before were me trying to communicate to you things that I didn't think you wouldn't understand them, but I was holding myself back because I was concerned about my image, which is bullshit. So the more authentic I am, the less I need to ramble off into tangents because, and to prove that I can reel myself back in, negative fantasy, worry. Now, the flip side of that coin, though, is one that people don't like, is, do you know what positive fantasy is? That'd be hope. Oh, nobody likes to hear that. Same as the love and light. Oh, this interrupts my spiritual, whatever it is, I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just saying that there's a trend, which is why I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on TikTok, and I'm not going to be. I don't care how successful they are. There's this I don't want to get to everybody. I want to get to people that are going to get something out of what I'm saying. And hopefully, I hope to build a spiritual warrior army. That's my little fantasy. But anyway, hope is positive fantasy because you're fantasizing about the good things that could happen. And because they're good things, it's sometimes perceived as, well, worry is obviously bad because you're fantasizing about negativity. But when I fantasize about positivity, that's good. No, it's not, because in both cases, you're projecting yourself, your full presence, into the future, or your concept of it, which means that you're robbing the ever-present moment of yourself, and you're robbing the people you're around of yourself. But you can do what you want to with that. I'm definitely unique because, I just dealt with a lot of shit and it never broke me. Even the 2 or 3 times that I really thought it was going to break me, it didn't. And those times made me much stronger. And that's what I needed. So I needed that time to suffer. Not needlessly, though. Nobody needs to suffer. I did, because I had to break apart the shell so that I could shine. Now, just because my shining isn't bright and twinkly and full of the scent of Palo Santo, and it's not refracted through a crystal, it doesn't make it any less bright. Maybe reimagine your concept of bright. Perhaps think about the fact that everything you've ever known is trapped in your 5 human tactile senses. I'm not talking about the 6th one or other ones that you may or may not have. I'm saying that regular reality in life is inside, like the visible spectrum is so tiny And yet, that's what is the basis for every illusion. Illusion cannot exist without light. There is no illusion in the darkness. Just you. You and your breathing. Let's try it out. I'm still here. And I feel great. I feel even better now. I will say that messing with the sigil could have bad effects, or unexpected effects for sure. Not unexpected by me, but unexpected for you. No illusions there. Hopefully the sword will come soon and we'll check it out together. Everybody be safe.